What's up, guys? Welcome to Northgard. This is a Viking city builder style RTS that is currently in early access on Steam. If you would like to check it out, there's of course a link in the description below. I got the game and played a little bit over the weekend, and I really enjoyed it. I like the pacing and the art style. I just really like the whole game, you guys, so I wanted to share it with you. So hopefully if you're on the fence about it, this will help you make up your mind, or maybe if you've never seen it, you guys can check it out on Steam for yourself. Maybe consider picking up a copy or putting it on that follow or wish list. I really like it, you guys. It feels good. It's a nice slow-paced RTS game with an emphasis on building, which I really enjoy. I guess let's just go ahead and play right now because we're just staring at a title screen. So before we click play, I guess, campaign says it's coming soon. I actually didn't know that there was going to be a campaign in the game, but when I installed it and loaded it up, you know, it says campaign coming soon. I don't know anything about it. Currently we only have single player in the game, but from what I've read, it sounds like the devs are currently hard at work trying to bring the players multiplayer. So maybe that will be in soon and we can check that out. But for right now, we just have single player, which is going to be a little bit more like a Civ or like a 4X style game where you just pick your name, your color, and a few map options, and you just go forth and conquer things. So we're going to be Harold. You can randomize a few times. I guess we'll be Hendorf. I'm not going to pick that. We're going to pick Balder, and we're going to pick Blue on normal. I didn't want to pick the other name because I was probably butchering the pronunciation, and I just can't handle that sort of pressure, you guys. So we have map size here, small, medium, and large. We're going to play on probably, let's just do a medium. You can pick the number of AI players. A small map is 0 to 1, a medium is 0 to 3, and a large is 0 to 5. So let's go ahead and pick medium. I'm going to go with 2. We're going to make a nice little triangle of glory, I think. Now you can pick 0, so if you want to get this game and play it where you just want to worry about building and protecting your own clan and not have to worry about protecting your clan necessarily against other Vikings, just from the wolves and the bears and the baddies that are on the map, you can certainly do that. You can focus on just building and managing your own little clan and your economy. Which I think is a really neat inclusion, and I don't know why I've never really thought about this, but can you do this in other games? Like, can you play a game of Civilization where there's no AI or like no anyone? You just play and build? I don't know. I think it's neat. In this style of game, I think it fits this game beautifully. But we are going to go with 2. Now we have different victory conditions, much like a 4X. We have domination. Wisdom is going to be the technology or science type victory. Trade is going to be your economy victory. Fame, I don't really know what to compare this to. I haven't played enough Civ to say like this is going to be like a culture type victory or anything. Fame is something you generate as you play, and once you get enough of it, I think you can build a building and then you just win. It seems a little like okay, like sort of to me. I'm going to turn it off. I'm actually going to turn off all of the victories except for domination because I want this to be a nice, thorough playthrough of the game so we can explore everything this game has to offer. And I feel like going domination is the best way to do that because the other ways we could just randomly get beat and it's like, hey, sorry, you lost sort of thing. I don't want that to happen. If I lose, I want to be crushed underfoot of some giant bearded Viking that is taking my home for his own. Map special is also a victory condition. As far as I know, or as far as I've played rather, Helheim is going to be the only thing here. I don't really know. You know what? I'm just going to say I don't really know. But there are certain map things, items on tiles, I guess, that have their own conditions. And if you complete those conditions, you just win the game again. So domination is what we're going to be checking out. Let's go ahead and get going. So we have different types of clans in this game instead of different types of civilizations. I know I keep bringing up Civilization, I just feel like it's a good comparison to Civilization because it doesn't feel like a StarCraft or a Warcraft style game to me. It feels more like a real-time 4X style game, which again I really enjoy. So I'm going to briefly go over these clans. If at any point you would like to pause and read a little bit more about the clan, feel free to do so. We have the Clan of the Wolf, which is going to be more of your military style clan. They get bonuses to warrior attack, and their warriors actually eat less food and generate happiness, which is going to be the resource that is used in determining how quickly you get your next villager, which you need villagers. They're the backbone of everything, guys. They work hard, You need them. A lot of them. Next we have Clan of the Stag, which is going to be kind of like an expansionist style clan. They get a nice starting bonus with food and crowns and wood. And also they get a unique building that replaces the brewery. The brewery just generates happiness. Their building generates happiness and fame. Next up we have the Clan of the Goat. I don't really know much about this clan other than Goat. That's pretty much it. We're going to be Goat because Goat. They start with 2 sheep. Sheep help with the firewood loss during winter because during winter it's cold, guys, obviously. But there is actually an increased amount of wood consumption during winter because they're having to use so much of it to keep warm. And I have no idea what this sheepfold building is, and I'm super excited to check it out. Clan members also eat less food. Then we have Clan of the Raven. They're going to be more of the economy style clan. They can colonize territories with crowns instead of food, and they can also hire mercenaries later on in the game to send forth from their harbor and raid coastal territories. Sounds pretty neat, but we're going to Goat, I think. Let's go ahead and Goat. Yes, because Goat. So, this game is all real time. You can pause it and look at the interface and stuff, but you can't actually issue commands. So we're just going to play a little bit and we will talk about stuff as we go along. You will probably become instantly familiar with this setup. It's a very familiar feeling setup. Happiness, food, wood, crowns, which is, I mean, your gold, it's your money. We have stone and iron, our pop cap. We have our warband size, which is how many military units we could have. This right here is our lore, which is actually our technology. You can see we're only generating +1 technology right now. We need to get that going. On the left side, you can see a little bit about us. This is our fame right here. And then these are the other clans we know nothing about. That number will actually show their fame too if you have fame victory condition turned on. That way you know when to panic. On the left side, we have a calendar. We are currently in 800 AD. It is March. And I'll read this winter thing real quick because it's kind of important. During winter, your military units get minus 30% power when fighting outside of your territory. Food production is reduced and wood consumption is increased. So we have to make sure we stock up for winter because it gets kind of harsh. We also have a mini map that looks very small because we haven't scouted anything out. So I can't just click this villager and tell them to go over here. They won't do that. So in order to discover the other buildings, we need to build ourselves a scout camp. The build menu is B, or down on the bottom right, you can click that little button. We'll build a scout camp. That way they can go look around for stuff. I'll put it, I don't know where I want to put it. Like, I guess just right here. They have fish in that tile. I want that tile because of the fish. You know what? I want the scout camp over here. I changed my mind. There's another sheep over there too. Let's actually click the sheep. If you have at least 1 sheep in an area, it will reduce the need for firewood by 20% during winter. We have 2 sheep. That's pretty good. And there is no, I don't believe there's a way to speed up or decrease time. Kind of like if you're used to watching RimWorld. It's just a nice, relaxing, slow-paced game. So our happiness is currently positive. You can see 1 new villager will join our clan every 38 days. That is also shown on the town hall building. Right here down the bottom we have a little progress bar. I believe all the buildings can be upgraded, which will increase their functionality. So for our town hall, we get an extra population cap, and we also get increased population growth. Now to get a scout, I built this building. All I got to do is click a person, right-click them on the building, and they're going to go change their outfit. They're now scouts. So you're going to see her walk over the border, and this is how you discover new tiles. You walk them over the edge. They will do this automatically, by the way. And they will do this little bar that pops up, progress bar. Once it gets full, then you see it, and you can colonize it if it's empty, free of enemies. I'll let her finish that, but then I want her to go over to the left because that's got fish in it, and we're gonna need some food. Actually, this is perfect. This is on the coastline, so it's, you know, we don't have to worry about it getting raided or attacked. And there's lots of little deer here, full of deer. Great place to hunt. We can build a hunter's lodge over here. So let's go ahead and colonize down the bottom right. You can see we can colonize for 20 food. We'll go ahead and take that deal, pretty good, and we'll get up a hunter's lodge. Now we have 5 people. We're capped, so let's go ahead and have our guys. You don't actually need to click anyone to build. It's just something I'm used to from other games like StarCraft and Warcraft. But we're just gonna go ahead and plop down, I think, a house over here. They're grumpy because they need more houses. That's okay. We'll get a house just like over here, hanging out. And then we're also going to need a woodcutter's lodge as well, so we'll plop this down over here in the trees, get some wood going as well. Any nearby villagers will run over and start building it, and then immediately go back to work gathering food. You can see in this little menu over here towards the bottom right, this shows us it's a bunch of stuff's grayed out, but as we get these jobs filled, we can click on them and it'll cycle us through them so we can find all of our little people at once. Villagers, they gather food in the wild when they're not doing anything, which is super helpful in case you don't have something like deer nearby to go take advantage of. Scout found a forest, which gives us extra 20% wood produced, which makes me feel silly for doing this over here now. So I think I might actually cancel that, colonize this area over here for 40 food. You can see up at the top right of this little building's toolbox, we can destroy this building for 15 wood. We're going to go ahead and do that. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to, that's a sheep that I'm trying to select. Sheep can't cut wood, guys. We'll have him go log. We took this land over here right now. It also has stone in it, which is very important. You need stones for upgrading a lot of the buildings. And the thing about stone and iron in this game is, like, yes, there's a resource node here, but you can see this number 20. There's only 20 stone on this, and then it's done. That's it. And another thing I forgot to mention that is super important is if you select an area, so right now I have the one with our town hall selected. If you look down here at the bottom right, you can see it says building 4 out of 5. You can only build a certain number of buildings on each tile, so this building over here can only hold 2 buildings, so I can build the Hunter's Lodge plus 1, and then that's it, I'm done. So that's something to keep in mind as you're building, which I think is a neat little aspect, almost a little puzzly type aspect, like how best to utilize an area. Now we don't have enough wood to really build anything right now. You see we can get some fields, requires fertile lands, fisherman's hut requires fish. Like the Hunter's Lodge over here, which we can now build. That way we can get some more food coming. It's currently August. We're gonna actually build this over. It won't let me flip you. I want it like right here. Good talk. We need some food coming in. That way we don't lose it all during winter, and we need more firewood too. So I'm actually gonna tell you to go help out with firewood. Now you don't have to worry about these guys. Like, they don't have to drop the pack off. Like, I'm not wasting resources by dragging them away, at least as far as I can tell. This number, the gain will just go up and down by itself. Like, they don't have to actually drop it off, is what I'm trying to say. Is what I'm not saying. Let's see what's going on over here. So we're over here scouting. You can see this has a nice patch of fertile land, but it does have draw gear here. Thankfully, there isn't a crypt spawning them, but they are still here, which is something we're going to have to deal with if we want this farmland. Also, 2 sheep. Our territory is under attack by wolves. We need to help them. Go help them fight. You can see up at the top, it's telling me to build a training camp, which will let us turn our villagers into warriors, which is not a bad idea, but we currently don't have enough wood to do so. And I'm tempted to cancel this right now so we have more wood. We're doing okay on food. I think we'll make it through the winter. It's only October. You know what? We have plenty of time to do this. You guys go over here and get that going. To upgrade this building, we need some stone, some crowns, and some wood. But we also need to upgrade our town hall first, which is not going to happen this season. I say this season, I mean in-game season. I don't mean like YouTube video season. That would just be awkward. One of our dudes is injured, which is not great, but you can get a little healer's hut right here, which they will sit there and kind of wave their magical staff around using herbs and the power of magic to heal people. That's probably what I'll put over here is this Hunter's Lodge, and we'll get a little healer's hut as well. We're getting a decent amount of food. I'm going to make him a hunter. I'm still not sure if you can like overhunt an area. I know these will replenish over time, but I'm not sure if you kill them all, if they come back. So I've only ever put 1 hunter on just to make sure that we don't ever kill all of the deer. But we're going to get a good bit of food coming from that. We get +5 from hunters. Our villagers are walking around gathering food, which is super helpful. We're doing okay on firewood. It's going to be winter soon for the next 3 months, so we're probably not going to build anything else. And we're going to just let these guys hang out. Let's check out the map a little bit. Over here we have some wolves, even more sheep, which is pretty fantastic. This is a runestone. We can drag a villager over to it, and he will generate lore for us, which again is our technology. And we also have this ruins. If we colonize this area, a scout can go in here and get us some resources from it, which will be pretty good. And there are draw gear infesting the area. Speaking of scout, our scout is hanging out down here. Here we go. Wolf Cave. Colonize this area to gain 20 fame. Lots of wolves around the area, lots of bones. We can see some iron over here, and we have discovered the Clan of the Raven is a little bit farther over here. He's pretty close, actually. I think we're gonna kind of stick to this little area for right now, though. I don't see any farmland over here. I know we have some down here, so we might actually just come down this way. Let's see what's down here. Another ruins for our scout to explore. I would like to kind of not necessarily ball up, but basically ball up instead of stretching ourselves across such a long area. That leaves us a lot of room to get attacked in, and I don't necessarily like that. We are at our pop cap, so we need more houses, which is okay. They won't get grumpy about it for a while. They'll yell at me, but they're okay. They're still at +2 happiness right now. Their expected happiness does go up over time. I'm not sure if it's based on their population or the amount of time spent playing the game, but we will be able to get buildings to help counteract that as well. So I think we're doing really well during the winter. We're still at a bonus for firewood, probably thanks to our little fluffy friends here, our sheep. We're getting a good amount of food, so I think we can go ahead and spend some wood right now on probably a healer's hut as well as a camp, a training camp. Where's the training camp? It's up top somewhere, isn't it? Right there. Yeah, so we'll get a training camp. I always like putting the training camp in the starting area. I want to put it back here, but that'll just take away some of the trees. The trees do regrow, I believe. Can I fit you here? Is that too close? That's too close. You guys know me. I gotta have everything look super perfect. I guess I'll just put it here. Maybe there. Great. Okay, so now we can get warriors to help defend ourselves. We'll go ahead and get the healer's hut up over here. That way we can get some healy bits coming on in. And we need to actually drag a villager over here to build that because it's too far away. That is something I wish the game was a little bit better about, is sending out villagers from your home tile to go out to other tiles to build things. Scouting out their base. What is that? Is that their town hall? Is that what it looks like? Does it have the... Nope. Actually, it might be their town hall. I don't know what that could be. More farmland over here. This is all a nice area. They have iron, they have farmland, they have ruins over here. I want their stuff already. We have enough lore. I'm really bad about this, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize for that. I'm really bad about noticing when we have the tech. I know we get the pop-up here on the top left, and this kind of glows a little bit, but I'm really bad about noticing that. Can I pause it while reading these? Okay, cool. So this is going to be kind of like the top part is going to be your city, like, infrastructure type stuff. So sharp axes, woodcutters give us more wood, and that goes into things like reduce food consumption, get more ore, increase growth speed, stuff like that. Then the second tier is going to be our military, and then the third tier is going to be our economy. Now, after we research a certain number of these, you can see we require 6 learnt knowledge, and then we'll get a blessing of our choice. We get to pick which one we want, which I think is a nice little feature. If you were going for the wisdom victory, the science victory, basically you just want to generate as much lore as possible, and then once you get all 3 of these blessings down here, which they will take progressively more research to unlock, once you get all 3, you can unlock this 4th one, and then once you get the 4th one claimed, then you get your wisdom victory. I think for right now we're going to go with probably... Let's go with crowns, because I don't think I want to get a trading post up quite yet, and it will help out a little bit more. All this other stuff, it's just so good, so helpful. We're going to go with crowns, though. We need some money. I got to unpause the game so I can pick. Alright, so we have bonus crowns coming in, which will be helpful. This healer hut over here, no one is working in the healer huts. It does hang a little bit when it switches from winter to not winter. We're going to have you be the healer, though. And there is a tech you can get later on, which now I think about, I probably should have got it. Let's see, where are you? I'm trying to find it right now. I can't find it at all. Maybe it's an upgrade for the building. Maybe that's what it is. Nope. There's an upgrade you can get for the healers, so they'll actually gather food whenever they're not busy healing anyone. But you can see he just kind of like stands here and wiggles his staff around. Says a nice little prayer, and wolves are gonna attack again. Be a warrior. You can do this. Conquer. You're not even gonna make it. Did I say no? Sheep, don't go over there. I didn't know I could tell the sheep to do things. That's awkward. We're gonna make you control 1. We're just gonna keep a warrior right now. We're currently capped at 500 food, so that tells me we need to colonize some places, which means we need a few more warriors to go around. So we're gonna grab these 2 guys, just these 2 guys. You guys go over here, become warriors. We'll go. We'll claim this tile over here, which will get us some fish. So you guys are gonna be my nice little attack squad. So you just right-click them into the zone, and then once they get into the zone, they will attack anything. They will immediately engage anything. You can see the enemies see that they're here. They're going to come down and fight them. So we'll hopefully be able to win this fight. We may have to pull back once we kill 1 or 2 of these, just to heal up a little bit. Doing okay. We're going to... Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to pull him back. And I want to pull you back. There we go. We're good to go. Now we can click the tile and colonize it. So this is going to give us access to fish. We're going to get access to the runestone, which means more technology coming in, and we're also going to be able to investigate these ruins and hopefully get a nice resource boost. I think we can also probably go ahead and build a house out here. We can build 3 buildings, so the fishery plus maybe a house or 2. So let's go ahead and get houses going. Now you obviously can play the game. Tremors have been reported. A big earthquake would seriously damage our buildings unless we store wood to repair them. So I'm going to have to kind of keep an eye on that. You can play the game a little bit faster. I'm just trying to talk and remember everything I need to do, which can get a little... I don't want to say cumbersome because that just makes it sound negative. It can slow me down a little bit though. So apologies if I'm not going fast enough, or if I'm going too fast. I definitely don't want to go too fast. We'll get another house going, that way we can get more villagers in. Our healer is going to be busy channeling his little staff, doing some magic. We are currently -6 food right now, which means we need even more food. So I think what we're going to do now is get up a fisherman's hut, and you can see these are all redded out because I can't build this specific building, but also if it was full, like if you notice while I had the house up, these 2 tiles are full. It's because they are capped on buildings right now. So we're going to build the fisherman's hut just like right in front of the ruins, probably right there. Sounds pretty good. She can come build that after the house, and I think I'm going to just tell this guy to go be a villager again by clicking him on the house. These 2 we will move back. Actually, we'll keep them up here. We'll hang out. Where's our scout? Up there. I just looked at you. After she finishes that area, we will come investigate the ruins, and I also want to have a villager come over here and start being a lore master so we can get some more lore. Speaking of lore, I think I'm going to go ahead and go for sharp axes and then reduce food consumption because that seems like it'll be pretty helpful, so we'll get that going. We have a decent amount of food right now, so hopefully we'll be able to recover. Our healer is hard at work, so I don't want to take him off of that. Fisherman's hut is now complete. You get to be a fisherman. That helped a little bit, but I definitely want another villager to come fish. We only have 10 villagers right now. I might need to take 1 more off of being a warrior. We actually have no villagers at all gathering food right now. And you never went back. That's probably because I didn't remove you from the control group, and then I walked you all around together. So apologies for that, Mr. Warrior person. Please gather us some food. Put his clothes back on. Right now, -1. That's not great, but it's better than where we were before. You're still working because I forgot to grab you over. So we'll let you get this area, and then that should be good. I'm actually going to babysit him. Or her, excuse me. We should prepare for winter. An earthquake will damage 20% of your buildings, so we have to be mindful of that. If we don't repair them fast enough, they will burn down. Alright, more wolves, more deer. Pretty good. Now we really need to manage our food better. I'm doing terrible at this food thing right now. I think I might actually put another hunter over here, and I guess we can just call it science. So we'll grab this injured dude and have him just go hang out over here. He can fish. We have that one fishing right now, and then we'll make her go fish as well. I'm tempted to just have both of these go back until we need them. They don't get stats or like XP or veterancy bonuses or anything like that for staying warriors, so we can just have them be warriors whenever we need them to be warriors. Right now we are currently +3 food. I'm actually going to keep them. We should have enough food for the winter. We should have enough wood to repair any buildings that get damaged in the upcoming earthquakes. They're a couple months away. Our territory is under attack over here. I don't know that they'll make it necessarily. I'm okay with these guys fighting. Occasionally we'll have wolf incursions. Yeah, everything's fine. You know what? You guys go back to being villagers. We need the economy more than we need the defenses at the moment. So let's see what else we can get building. We don't need any houses at the moment. We definitely need to come over here and get the stone mine. That way we can upgrade some of our buildings. For a war chief, we need 150 crowns and 5 steel, or iron. Excuse me, I always call it steel. Which means we need that right there, which we certainly don't have. It's very far away from us. There isn't any in the area around us, which is, you know, part of the game being randomized. I understand it can frustrate some people not necessarily having food tiles right next to them when they start. We got fortunate. We had fish right next to us on one side and deer on the other side, so we're doing okay on food. That's so many sheep. Can I just take you? We gained 100 crowns and 50 lore, so now we can get more lore. We'll get the reduced food consumption. And next up, we'll probably get the pop growth speed, I think. Reduce amenities. Reduced by 80% the cost required to increase an area possible buildings count. I don't think I understand that sentence at all. Reduce the cost required to increase an area's possible buildings count. I didn't know that you could do that. Oh. Is that like a goat thing? Like, I know that said it was a goat thing. That's neat. I don't think I've noticed that before. So I could say, hey, let's go for more buildings here. Only once. Is that like only once per tile? Or is that only once per game? Should we just click it and do it? I feel like we should just click it. This is a nice area. We can put a house or two over here. Let's do it. Okay, so it's like once per tile. I heard it take money from me. There's the earthquake. So we need to have our villagers go repair some stuff. And these aren't villagers. If you could go repair some stuff. Sheep, you stay there. I don't want you repairing the fire. Or the building on fire. Healer doesn't have anything to do right now because the building's on fire. Building's done. Everything's good to go. Good times. Well, guys, I think that might actually wrap up this first episode of Northgard. We're okay. We're living. We have a lot of food income. We have a decent amount of wood income, so we can start expanding quite heavily next episode. We're capped on food, actually. We're currently at +1 happiness, which is pretty solid. We were just at 0, and we're almost pop capped. So we're gonna get some buildings coming up. Hopefully, these deer replenish themselves. An unknown clan has reached the famed title Fane. That's okay with me. You can see we're at 105, another clan's at 190, another clan's at 240, which is one of the reasons I wanted to turn that victory condition off, because it can just really, like, screw you over, I guess. Like, hey, guess what? You lose, sort of thing. And I don't enjoy that at all. We're going to put a house right here, and I think that's going to wrap this one up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. That's going to be it for me, as always. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.